Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I am the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. I will be the Game Master today as we continue playing Digimon Digital Adventures, Digital/Crash. I will give a recap of events of what has gone on after I let the ugly, lovely voices, who will talk and say words to identify themselves, and we do that. Yes, I'm pointing the right direction. ATB! Go!
Hi. Oh, hi. ATB. Tired by... Less tired, more kind of frazzled and stressed because real life stuff and it's fine. What do I say? What are words? Yeah. I'm playing as Rukia, along with Drakemon, Singletmon. Brain is everywhere, I'm sorry. And I think the only thing else that would be going on this week would be Final Fantasy Rebels of Spyro Bardic?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because Curse of Strahd is going on this week. Dog's bark. But yeah. That's all for me. I'm gonna go into corner now. I need to go to the corner.
Okay. I mean, you don't need to go to the corner, but you just sit there.
And that's corner.
You sit there for a few
Corner is
minutes
nice.
while we let everyone else introduce themselves. It's the happy corner, so... I don't know. Alright, next. Kay, who are you?
Who am I? What am I? Where am I? I don't know. Hello, I am Kay, aka Undead Kay. I am playing Miyahara, aka Mia, as well as Impmon/Wizardmon, depends on what form he is in. And yeah, I have my own Twitch and all that. I have a Twitter that's back-asswards. It's K_undead. And yeah, that's me.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Michael Wayne. Michael, who are you?
I am Michael Wayne. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch. You under that title. You give me a clip, I'll give you a GIF. I will be playing Billy Bliss, who is gonna punch everything, and Desperamon, who's a little shaken but in the shadows, happy in the shadows. And I'm still on Why Am I Here? Or while everyone, I'm guessing someone else is probably on When Are We Here?
I mean, time is a societal construct created by humans as a measurement of value. It holds no relativity in the grand scheme of everything. So when is a point of, relativity. Vin, who are you?
Hi, my name is Kat. My user is @Vindifully on most things on the internet, Twitter, Insta, Facebook, etc. I am a bleep, bleep, bleep. Excuse me, my brain just did a reboot. I have my own Twitch channel, but I'm taking a week off because I live in the America of the United of America of bleh. And it is Turkey Week, and I usually stream on Mondays and Thursdays, but I'm not streaming tomorrow because I have food to eat and family to attack with hugs.
I was so scared until you said hugs.
Yes. I usually stream Mondays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm also @Vindifully on Twitch. I'm playing a lovely young lady by the name of Katarina, and also Jan. Okay, thanks, Brain.
Jan.
And also her digi partner, whose name is Kitty. because I don't know. It's the kitty.
He's
They a black kitty. They
That-
cute. They named Kitty.
That's all you really need to know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, that recap. Let's see what I can do about that. Last time on Digital/Crash, we went for a walk, specifically on a walk from a small fortress to a mountain. Along said walk, met a big buff lion boy who yeeted Billy across a room. Well, not a room, across just an open space. Had a picnic with Big Buff Lion Boy. And Big Buff Lion Boy was very much like, we must destroy our enemies! Urgh! And so, yeah, that's the thing. You then walked into a mountain.
Oh, I was just saying, and apparently eats onigiri very daintily.
Oh, yeah. Big Buff Lion Boy has really good table manners. Then you walked into a mountain. You got inside the mountain. And then there was the horrible revelation that a sizable population of sapient beings basically being forced against their will and having their actions manipulated by a disgusting capitalist mega corporation. But also,
It's basically what would happen if you just interacted with NPCs.
yeah, but also the shops. So, shopping episode?
Shopping episode.
Alright, that's
Do we
basically
have money?
okay, we
have-
discussed this last time.
The infinite money.
Yeah.
For
Basically,
good reason.
it's a beta test. The in-game currency doesn't exist. So you have infinite amounts of it. However,
Whoa.
the stores, like their full inventory also does not exist. So it's very much, if you can name something that seems reasonable, I will be like, yeah, that sounds fair, you can have that. So like, if one of you turn around and like, I want a nuclear warhead, well, they probably don't have that. But you know, if you want a sword or you want, you know, a cute hat, they probably have a hat. They probably have a real cute hat. So, with that, I will.
Healing potions.
So many healing potions.
Those will probably be quite useful, yes. Let me paint the scene with my words.
Oh.
This is a mental recap for myself. It's a recap for the players, and also so Vin knows where we are. So the inside of this mountain, it is very reminiscent of the first room, like the first area you came into when you first entered the digital world. So it is basically all black, you know, black floor, wall, ceiling, where you can't really make out where the floor turns into the walls and the walls become the ceiling. There is the occasional stream, well, not occasional, there's actually quite a lot of binary green zeros and ones just flying across. It looks very techno-futuristic and special and cool. However, almost as if like it's just been plotted down, very... It's kind of like a debug menu. So there's no texture, but you know there'll be like just a kiosk, like on the no textured floor, and you'll see there's like a vague outline of where, you know, a fully textured environment would exist. So you can see, okay, so that's meant to have like tables and chairs, and that's meant to be, you know, designed to look like, you know, generic MMO hub world type place. So there'll be a whole bunch of like different kiosks and, you know, terminals and who disappeared? ATB disappeared.
Tired by.
Okay.
So it's essentially when the artist doesn't want to draw the background, essentially.
Yeah, kind of.
And
It's
not
portrayed.
like unfinished, essentially.
Yeah, as in it hasn't been coded yet. Or they're really leaning into that digital code aesthetic. It could be a choice, you kind of doubt it. But it could be. A few of the stalls we mentioned offhandedly. There's one stall which kind of resembles. It looks what you would assume like a Digimon blacksmith to look like. So it's got like a big anvil. You see like weapons hanging there, and you see. I mean, you probably don't know who this is, so I'll describe them. Essentially, a giant walrus with like orange tufts of fur coming off of his head, except instead of having like a walrus body, it's kind of like a turtle body, and like got a giant set of claws on one hand and a big meaty hammer in the other, and a big jagged horn, and he's just happily hammering along, humming a little song to himself.
I don't know if it's a good or a
Zoodlemon.
bad thing, but my brain immediately, you said walrus, I go cuckoo kachoo.
Yes, because Zoodlemon, it does have a lot of walrus features to them, with a hardback shell.
Yeah, basically Zoodemon is a combination of a walrus and a turtle with a giant hammer, and I'm into it. I am very much into it. Another kiosk we mentioned. Yeah, I am ignoring Cody in the chat, who is claiming that as my persona. You have no proof, good sir.
Its persona is much more better than Zoodemon. Zoodemon's a good boy, but that's not.
So that was one kiosk. Another kiosk, which I quite like the vibe of. You know, I'm going to say it's just got like a punching bag, and in front of it is a very classically attractive femme-looking person, except they've got a very like floral aesthetic. You can see they've got like flowers around their wrists, and they almost look as if their head forms somewhat of a flower. They do seem to have like some kind of jacket on, and they have like the stereotypical like Japanese school hat worn in the very traditional bancho style, and she seems to be playing with like two yo-yos in her hands and just kind of being a little too cool for school. As well, dotted around, there's countless. I couldn't really describe all of them, but you know, like there's lots of Digimon who we talked about this last time. They very much seem and act as if they are programmed. They will kind of walk on a track and then turn around and walk back. And if you interact with them, they will spew like one or two lines of dialogue. You did uncover that these have been infected with the firewall with something, and that is not by choice. It's kind of really off-putting, dystopian, and kind of fucking horrible if you think about it for more than half a second. That is where we are. There'll be other kiosks and other things, so if anyone has things they want to list off or something they want to go and interact with or yada da, just say, and I'll be like, yes, that exists. Who wants to get the ball rolling? I believe I hear Michael.
Well,
Okay, for me, it's more of just like, do I want the good boy Zoodemon or my favorite Banto Lilymon? It's like, I love them both. Oh,
Well,
I'm sorry, like I basically have my Glitter Hearts character based on Banto Lilymon. So I'm very much at think that Star Eyes Billy is as well, just like, oh my god. Like after kind of like they worn off of that, realizing what's the bad thing and just enamoring again over the fact that there's Banto Lilymon there.
I'm
Kay
glad
has
I've made you
something they wanted
happy.
to do?
Yes, I was just about to say, hey, what is the thing you would like to do?
Oh, well, I was gonna say, because Mia had kind of like sat back and observed a little bit and was the one to kind of determine that they seem to be controlled by some sort of code.
Mhm.
So Mia wanted to, well, Impmon is kind of like following the NPCs around and sort of just like mimicking them
Mhm.
in a candid sort of manner. Mia is going to immediately search for Cat, which I'm assuming is not is she's not hard to find, but
Yeah, she probably isn't hard to find. She's probably at like whatever kiosk sells healing potions, just getting a bunch of healing potions because she's like, we will need these because I don't want us to die. And that's probably about as far as she's gone because she's so focused on not dying that she hasn't quite noticed what's going on around her yet.
Alright. Okay, then. You don't know who either of these characters are, so you need to make a decision for me. I'm going to describe these as terribly as I can.
Oh no.
Horse with wings, but also a Cyclops-esque mask and a big horn. Or robot centaur person with one eye underneath a big helmet. And a gun for an arm.
I'm going with the horse with wings because I don't like guns.
Alright, so this is basically finding out who runs the store, and your choices are between Unimon and Centomon. Unimon is literally that. It's a horse with wings, and on the horse face is like a red metal mask with like a single like Cyclops-esque eye slit and a little horn. And
neat.
See, immediately I'm just trying to think, how would Unimon talk? And my mind went, do a really bad Mr. Ed impression. Like,
go for it!
Do I do that?
Like, go for it! Like, some of the dubs have very weird accents. Like, Edamon was Elvis Presley impersonation. The actual one, like, I remember from the Digimon Adventures that did of the same character, did everything very robotic. I have a lot of emotions, but I am unable to figure it out how to enunciate emotions yet. So feel free, because that's the beauty of Digimon. You can go as silly or as serious as you want with any of the voices, and it fits.
Yeah, I'm totally doing a Mr. Ed impression. So, Kat, when you went to go and approach this hot, you know this is the item shop or the potion shop because it says, there's like a stereotypical like medical green cross, and like posters of like thumbs up and get better soon and all that stuff. It's real obvious, but this is like the medical place. You go there and this horse goes, "Oh, hello there."
Hi. Healing potions, please.
We have a great variety of healing materials. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I would just maybe not all of them, but like maybe half of them?
Oh, well, let me show you what I've got in stock. And then a little menu will pop up on your screen, and you'll see there's a whole bunch of like blacked out entries. Like in video games where like you can see the thing exists, but you can't access it yet. It's very much like that. And so I'll be like super healing chip, mega healing chip, ultra healing chip, full heal chip, and there's literally just like the top one, which says standard healing chip. And that one, the price, it says 0, so you can grab infinite of these. There's a carry limit in the game, and I don't know if that carry limit should be 99 or 999. I don't think it really matters, because you're not going to use that many.
99 is the standard in the video game.
I would say 99 just for beta purposes. Like, you can't carry at full capacity regardless.
Mm. And again, being able to buy 999 of everything would be a great way to see if everything breaks.
Anyways, I'm just gonna take like 50 health chips.
Yep, so you do that, and when you see a physical representation of it for a moment before it just gets like data and it just appears like just like how would this work? No, you don't actually need a physical bag for it. It just gets stored as data in your Digivice. But the physical representation is it's like a literal computer chip. It looks like that, but it's like green with a little healing cross on it. So that, and then it says times 50, and then that just goes whoop, and you have them stored, and if you go into your Digivice, you can just pull one out whenever. These, they're pretty basic. They recover 5 harm.
That's a lot.
They recover what?
5 harm.
Oh, okay, so like 5 wound boxes?
Wound, yeah. I'm reading multiple game systems at the moment. I forget what health is called for all of them. Yeah, wound
That's
boxes.
fine. That's
what
fine.
they're
The point
called.
is that they recover 5 things, which is nice. That's actually very good considering that I think I have like 6.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, would it be possible for Billy to get the sword they have upgraded, and while Zudamon's working on that, to train with Bato Lilymon?
Yeah, we can totally do that. But before we go over to that, Michael, can we get the Mia interacting with Cat scene? We've established now where Cat is and what Cat's doing, so Mia will have gone and found her. We can do that, and then we can jump over to what Michael is doing. Not Michael, Billy. So many names.
So many things, so many names.
So, Cat, after you have finished purchasing these chips, almost immediately, unless you step away from the unicorn, his dialogue starts over again. Like, the exact same. Like, no... no regular communication, no, "Ooh, I hope you have a nice day," or, "Ooh, do you like this place?" None of that. It's just, "Oh, what can I do for you?" No. As if he's never spoken to you before.
Over and over.
You already helped me. Thank you. I'll be going now.
Okay, have a nice day. No. What can I do for you? No.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not good. That's bad. Okay.
And Miyahara can enter this scene whenever.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
choose.
like, can I just say I'm caught up?
Yeah, you can just walk in whenever you like.
Alright. Mia will rush over and just like kind of pull Cat away to the side and just be like, hey, I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, the Digimon here are pretty weird, and I think I figured out why.
They just keep the same things. Why does he not remember that he's already talked to me? That's bad. That's bad.
I'm not entirely certain if it's that they don't remember. See, at first I thought that they might have been code or something like that. You know, potentially Megami Corp had like just programmed some sort of, NPCs that look like Digimon. Yeah, no, that's not the thing. These are real, and when I was observing them and trying to get them to break character, they'd have this little red glitch in their eyes, and yeah, they're being forced to do this. I haven't told the others yet, though.
So it's like the ones that attacked us back at the camp. You think they're being controlled by something?
Yep.
Well, I need to find a terminal.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna suggest. Maybe we could look around for a terminal. Probably not interrupt everybody else's shopping. But yeah, I can help you look if you like.
That would be very helpful. Yes. Yes. Find terminal, figure out what's going on. And if they're being controlled, that's no bueno. That's bad. That's a bad time.
All right. So, team computer nerds, you will set off trying to find some kind of terminal. I'll pick up that scene in a moment. Billy,
Yeah.
for plot convenience, Bancho Lilymon, Zudamon's kiosks right next to each other. Where are you going to?
First to Zudamon, it's like, hey, Leomon, let's try to get upgrade our weapons first. Like, I think they're in a closed circuit, so we can take advantage of it before we take on the actual person we need to fight.
This is very smart of you, little foolish one. Increase our weapon power lets us destroy our enemies faster.
Again, to improve our techniques, because any enemy wouldn't be one that we'd fight here, right? Wink, wink.
We'll fight our enemies wherever they stand. Oh, wait. Wink. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, wait. Leave. We're going to Zudomon. Yes, Zudomon is a great craftsman.
Yeah, and I think we need your laser focused eyes to make sure Zudamon gets both of our weapons done correctly, right?
Yes.
Zudamon, if you don't mind, we'd like to upgrade our weapons.
So Zudamon is there, just kind of doesn't really look like he's hammering anything, or like actually, you know what? He's got like a nondescript weapon that his hammer comes down and the hammer doesn't quite make contact with, but a sound effect still plays. And he doesn't move the thing. He just like the hammer comes down, doesn't quite make contact. There's like it just doesn't quite look right. But there's this. It's the one same repeated sound effect. It's, you know, metal bash.
Clang.
It's clang 1. And it just goes clang, clang, clang. And you go to interrupt him, and you see he stops that. He stops the clang and goes,
Bah, 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 bah. Ah, yes, hello. Welcome to Zudomon, the armors and store. How can I help you?
Would like an upgrade, and Billy pulls out the samurai sword, and I'm guessing Leomon pulls out their saber.
mm-hmm. So you do that, and you present them. When you do that, a menu pops up on your screens. Like, Zudamon doesn't take the sword, doesn't interact with it directly. A menu pops up, and it shows like your equipment, and it shows like a whole bunch of stuff that Zudamon can do to the equipment. Basically, the only thing that currently exists, same as before, there's a whole bunch of like blacked out options for things like, you know, inflict a status, do this, do that. It's basically different. The only thing that upgrades is just +1.
I'm okay with that.
Yep.
Because I want to make sure Leomon gets a +1 too.
Yeah. So with that, you select our option. Zudamon goes,
Ah, great.
wait, was that Zudamon's voice? I don't know.
Bah, 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 bah. There's Zudomon. Ha!
There we go. I need to do that ba 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 ba. That's how I get into that voice.
Ba 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 baran.
Bah, 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 bah. Zudomon will get these ready for you real fast.
And with that, your swords just like disappear. You see them like whoop, and then there's a very simplistic animation of Zudamon going clang, clang, turns around, hiss, clang, clang, hiss, and then the sword comes back, and it looks kind of exactly the same, except a little bit shinier. There's nothing that special added to them, but hey,
May
these... Oh yeah.
Like, because I would imagine, just to make this a little bit, because they're both done with love, they have the GG crest of love on both of them.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? That's +1. I'm down for that. So, yeah. Do you want that like on the hilt? Do you want that on the handle? Where do you want that?
I would imagine it is very much just on the blade itself, like right in there on the side.
Mhm.
Like it's very much kind of almost like it's that after it's been heated up there's that little extra that when you are cooling down that usually would get beaten out, that gets formed into a small little shape that's along there.
Hmm.
There.
And-
Very much when you hammer it out for that final coolant in there, it gets that shape of a heart there. Very much like more intricate designs will go with like a dragon or something, but they go for a much longer process and much slower heating than something as simple as like a heart.
Yeah, that sounds totally fair and pretty cool to me. So, similar thing happens, as to when they got taken from you. But you don't like just get handed the thing back. It kind of does this whole thing where the item gets presented to you. A little thing pops up on your screen, and then it goes into your inventory, and then you can pull it out and you can re-equip it.
Billy does so before bowing.
Yeah. And then when you bow, Zudamon, his animation starts again. He goes,
Ba 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 ba! Welcome to Zudamon's Arms and Armor Shop. How can I help you?
And I imagine that what happens now is Leomon probably just keeps talking to them, distracted, like, "What? This man is repeating things? Do you not know of me, Leomon?
Oh.
Great strength."
100%. Leomon is incredibly distressed by this. He's going,
Zudamon, my friend. We were just talking, and now, why? What happened to you, Zudamon? Ba 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 ba! Welcome to Zudamon's Arms and Armories Shop.
and Leomon like just grabs Zudamon, but can't because there's an invisible wall that he can't actually pass through between like the boundary of the thing. He's like,
No, my friend.
Hold on, is his hand up to the invisible wall like you would like on a glass wall?
yeah,
I'm just like, Zudomon!
100%. Leomon there going,
No, my friend.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you never come around.
What is Rukia doing?
okay.
Being supportive with that back off of instrumentals.
So, whilst Leomon is having some kind of crisis, Billy, I believe you also want to talk to Bancho Lilymon, right?
Yes!
Alright, so
But-
literally the stall next to it. Oh, sorry, you were going to say something.
No, literally, I'm just yes. Because Banto Lilymon I love, and they do not have enough representation in the games and such.
Alright, so literally next door, you go over, you interact, and immediately her animation is basically her just flinging a yo-yo out of the store and occasionally looking just too cool, doing like a little when you go to interact, and she goes, "What's up, nerd? Coming here to get buff? Come on. You don't buff
Okay.
up, I'll kick your ass."
I want you to kick
Damn.
my ass, but I'm not a nerd. So can you at least go on kick my ass for the sake of kicking my ass with a little respect?
Alright,
We're
nerd.
teenagers
Look-
playing Digimon in this world. We are totally nerds.
Yeah, so,
I know, but I would at least like a respectable ass kicking. Is
so
that too much to ask for? Is a respectable ass kicking?
with that, she just kind of goes, "Alright, well, I'll give you a Bancho Lilymon special deal. Check out my training regimes." And same thing comes again, it's just like a whole list. A lot of things are blacked out, a lot of plus something stat, plus the other stat, plus the other. They're all blacked out. The only thing that exists is, literally, what's the word? Redistribution. Like, stat redistribution. So it basically lets you take out all of the DP you have spent thus far and reallocate it however you wish.
No! I wanted to actually fight and maybe have the chance to increase. I want to really fight them. No!
Maybe when you find out what's causing all of this, she'll be so thankful that she'll let you have a fight.
Yes.
I feel like that's a good way to go to the next scene. Is just Billy just
Going,
shouting,
no.
I didn't want to respect. No.
And when you do that, it cancels out the conversation. There's a little pause, and he goes, "What's up, nerd? Welcome to Banjo Lilyman's training camp." All right, Rukia.
I am not sure what Rukia would be doing because I was gonna get healing items. But that's settled.
You can also get healing items. We can both get healing items.
I mean,
Healing is good.
yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Hmm.
Or see if there's like some like I don't know, Bardic, if this is stuff, brain and stuff, but like could also do like buff potions and stuff, like temporary armor,
Mm.
haste, so you could do multiple attacks, stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Just throwing out ideas.
That could totally be a thing. What's the word for that shit? I suppose it is just buffs. Like, I suppose every
buffs.
game calls them something different. So my point of reference for a lot of MMOs is Star Wars: The Old Republic, and that's just like stim packs. So I don't know. Just upgrade chips. Overclock. I don't know. Some vaguely computer digital-esque sounding word for upgrades.
Maybe RAM packs.
I mean,
I also had.
I was going to say RAM is an actual stat, so we probably shouldn't call it that. It doesn't really matter what it's called, but you know what? We can make that Centauromon, unless there is another Digimon specifically you would like to interact with.
I don't mind having a bead Centauromon. Also, I was going to suggest, because I just got Final Fantasy onto mind right now, apparently, that it could be something similar to like the Materia, only like it's just Materia that boosts you.
I mean, the way like upgrade packs and stuff works, because my mind is leaping straight to like the Digimon World games. Like there are there's like 3 discs usually. There's like an attack disc, a defense disc, and a speed disc. So I suppose it's just upgrade discs, basically all they're called.
Could be like something to that you plug into the Digivice.
In the way they were, okay, don't take Digimon World as like the way this stuff would work, but in Digimon World, you literally just yeet a fucking floppy disk at your Digimon.
Well,
just whack them over the side of the head with the floppy disk.
Yeah,
I don't know.
In a fight, you literally just yeet a floppy disk at your Digimon. Nope, you just yeet a floppy disk at them.
It's because because in the card games, to do that, it was first introduced as a floppy when it started out in the early 90s, where you'd had everything would be encoded on a floppy to upgrade anything. Like the entire world could be destroyed on a single floppy.
Look, if Sailor Moon and Gargoyles taught me anything, it is exactly that. A single 8.5-inch floppy has enough information on it to destroy the world. But as well, then you are right. Outside of battle, when you try to feed them one of these things, yes, they just eat it. But don't take that as fact. In the original Digimon world, when you would hand them like a portable potty for when they needed to go to the toilet, they just eat it, and that somehow mean they don't need to poop anymore. Don't think about it.
Yes, the Digimon poop in the games.
You do not want to know the actual answer for why.
Because they've only got one animation. It doesn't matter if you're feeding them a mushroom or meat that grows out of the ground, because you grow meat, apparently. Or if you're feeding them like an item to fly you back to the town, or you're feeding them a potty. They eat it. And that's how it does the thing.
So is Paladramon the one at this upgrade shop?
I mean, okay, yeah, let's do Paladramon. So, I mean, I need to double check. I'm like 99% certain this is who I think it is, but my memory does also lie to me. So, where's the thing? That has not
In
brought.
Discord, I linked.
Yeah, yep, that is who I thought it was. Cool. Yeah, all right. So, ATB, person behind this kiosk. Kind of big. They have like blue skin on their legs, and their legs seem to end in like large dinosaur claws as you go up their body. There's like a white area on the chest, which seems to have like two green slabs of like what appear to be like an exoskeleton armor that kind of come out of the top. They seem to also have two large dangling what's the word I'm looking for? Like they look kind of like beam guns that kind of just hang off their waist. They have some wings, and they've got like large, giant claws on each hand. Their head, it's a vaguely humanoid head with like a red mask-like aesthetic, which kind of forms like a slightly horned nose.
Okay, wait, claws or pincers?
Big meaty claws, like 5
Okay.
hand, like finger-like claws on each hand.
Rar.
Big rar. And what does this dude talk like?
I feel like it should be something contradictory, so maybe like something slow, lower pitched, kind of doofy.
I can go doofy.
Yeah.
Alright, so you go to approach this person. He goes, hello? Welcome to the upgrade kiosk. How can we make you faster, stronger, better, smarter today?
I'm getting
Rukia just
flashbacks to
waits-
the Zootopia sloths.
Yeah, Rukia
Right.
just waits a moment just to make sure that they're just done talking. It's like,
We have a wide variety. Let me show you what we've got in stock. I'll stop
okay.
Oh my gosh.
And then the options will come up. Same as everyone else has seen, there's lots of blacked out options with all kinds of different stuff. The things that you can see that pop up is there is remove debuff, which is basically like if you get afflicted by a status, you can eat that and remove the status. So there's that. There is then, we'll just say faster, bigger, stronger, and that is speed, defense, attack.
The punchy disc, the sword disc, the shield disc, and
The zoom
buff
disc.
gun disc.
So yeah, there's
I was
4.
just going for a sword shield gun reference.
So there's 4 things you can get: the remove debuff, the plus attack, plus defense, plus speed.
Mm,
And obviously the
Okay.
price is set to 0. So
okay, since I got infinite money and all of this costs 0, then due to the logic of I guess I can do whatever I want, I'm going to just buy 99 of all of each, please.
and you do that, and it goes, and one by one, it flashes up, and then says times 99. And so like these things, they're just different colored floppy disks. So the remove debuff is a yellow, the plus attack that's red, the plus defense is blue, and the speed is green. Each one will flop up, and then a big times 99 flashes up, and then they just swoop, swoop, swoop into your Digivice, and you can just pull them out whenever you want them.
And so I guess for this, we're just gonna stick with the tradition of eating these at
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, just eat them.
There also is the card modify format where you just slide it along the Digivice.
I like yeet.
See, the card
Yes,
modifier
I like
would make
yeet.
sense. But I think
Yeet
it's
them.
funnier if we have to just start yeeting stuff across in the middle of fights.
Hey, I'm for whatever your bliss is. I just wanted to give you the options.
I mean, I think any which way would work. I think you could literally, spend your action to, bring up your menu and just click it, and it'll happen. But I think it's funnier if instead you go, no! You could probably
Or like
do...
you could do it anyway, but we only understand that it would work if you yeet.
Hmm.
We're too used to yeeting. What has this generation become? Or
Rukia,
something else.
yeet me!
Eating has solved so many of our problems.
Yeah. It's through yeeting that we have become, as the kids would say, hoggers.
Huh?
Ah!
I do
I
not
don't
feel
even
like
know what
you
that means, and
understand
at
that
this point,
word.
I don't want to know.
You do not. I do not think you know what that word means.
Do you think that word is yeet-tastic?
I think
That would dictate
Okay.
our saying these days.
I don't know.
To hopefully bring it back to a scene, Billy's probably going to try to find Mia, and probably look like
Meow.
very sad. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay,
My
so
turn.
before we do that,
Mom says it's my turn on the Digimon.
Okay, go for it. I was just trying to bring any excuse back to Digimon. No one else was trying.
like, you're just trying to stop me from speaking to being relatable to the kids by saying hoggers. Yes.
And what
Let-
about Digimon, where you wanted to do attired by or K or
Yeah, there we go. I will stop now.
Let's let HEB finish her thing.
So I think while Rukia is doing this, Singletmon who last time I said that they were just sort of walking around trying to get a rise out of people and then slowly got freaked out by the fact that all these Digimon are acting like NPCs, and so he's just sitting next to Rukia and just slowly looking at the Paladramon, just very warily, just like, are you also gonna act weird? Are you?
Once Rukia finishes purchasing, Paildramon is like, thank you for your patronage. Have a wonderful day. Hello, and welcome to Paildramon's upgrade kiosk. How can I help you today?
Rukia just slowly backs away. Meanwhile, Singletmon is just like,
As you start walking away,
damn it.
Paildramon's coding, for some reason, is still super slow, so as you're walking away, he tries to bring up a menu and it doesn't work.
Singletmon just pops up and is like, hey! No, just stop with the menu. It's fine. Just go nap or something. I don't know. Stop being weird! Why is everyone here so weird acting?
Thank you for your patronage. Hello? Welcome to Paildramon's upgrade kiosk. How can I help you today?
All of a sudden, a very agonized howl echoes throughout Mount Infinity. It echoes throughout all of the Digimon world. And then Singletmon just goes to follow Rukia.
Alright, and with that, everyone kind of just finishes up. Let's pick up on Miyahara and Kat. You are searching for a terminal of sorts, correct?
Mhm.
Alright, so
Correct.
Yeah,
You-
like Mia is like hasn't even thought about shopping for once. She's like, let's get this fixed.
So you have a little walk around, and like I said, there isn't textures added into this area yet fully, but you very quickly learn the layout. It's pretty simplistic. It's like a large circle, and you do find that there's 6. I think that's the correct number. Let me just double check. How many different biodomes did I create? 2, 3, 4, 6. Yes. You find there are 6 large, like, they haven't been textured, but you can tell they're meant to be like doorways, and you can, the text exists above them, pointing you to all the different like biomes. So the one you came from being the Green Glen, you'll see one for White Wastes. Yeah. There's no obvious terminal as such. There's not like a place to go and interact with, but you do also see what is essentially like a very Star Trek looking like automatic door, and in front of it are 2 Guardramon. So Guardramon are basically robots, like big, square, blocky, brass-colored robots designed to guard things. And you see 2 of them just stood there in front of it. They look kind of powered down. They don't really look like they're interacting. This doesn't seem to have... It's not labeled as anything. It doesn't seem to have anything to it. But it's there, and it kind of stands out.
Time to go see what that is, I guess.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should just maybe be careful with those things. Oh, I could, if they wake up, they don't look awake right now, but if they wake up, I could try to distract them. I think I have an idea. If you just bear with me for 1 second.
Okay.
Maybe. And I guess with that, Mia is going to like real quickly just like run over, look for a place to buy instruments.
There'll be, you know, what would be, well, what are they called? Not, I suppose like vanities is the term in lots of MMOs. So you know, there'll be like different kinds of like vanity things. So you can buy firework emotes and dance emotes to make the characters do stuff and whatnot. And there will definitely be a musical section on this, so you can just get them.
Yeah, I guess she'll do that in the fireworks.
Okay.
And then sort of just run back as quickly as possible.
All right.
I'm just gonna be like,
I'm
look, I
a
can make a
stealthy.
distraction. If you could possibly like sneak by. If they wake up anyway.
Yeah. Okay. And she's I mean, she's basically been carrying Kitty this whole time, but like she's gonna like adjust Kitty so I don't know. My brain is like thinking that the little thing on his tail might make noise. So make it not do that. And then try to sneak around them.
Alright, yeah.
I don't think she's gonna try to go between them. She's probably gonna try and go around the side of one of them and behind them, and then go through the door that way.
Okay, yeah. Try that. Do you want to roll me? I think stealth is a thing, right? Yes, stealth.
Stealth is a thing. I have a 6 in it.
Alright, so that is
So-
3d6? Or is it 2d6?
I've
forgotten how the game works.
It should be 3d6. It should be 3d6 plus 6.
That's it. There we go. I forgot how the game worked.
It's okay. Alright, one moment.
Could I potentially say that, like, seeing Cat try to, like, sneak off, could I potentially give, like, an inspiration by, like, just rapid switching back and forth between the instrument and the fireworks emote to try to draw attention to me?
Okay, so, Miyahara, could you roll me a performance? Or perform?
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking of Miyahara doing the distraction dance now, and I'm sorry.
What is the modifier on perform? I believe that is an 8.
I think it's big.
Are you meaning
Dang it. These
Parks
rolls.
and Rec? Distraction dance. That's
Oh
the only thing
no,
I
I'm
can find.
thinking of the Escape series.
Well, it's a 15, so
Okay.
not amazing, but
Okay.
not terrible.
Let me just double check The thing. There, skill checks. Where does 15 fall? 15 falls between everyday and slightly difficult, so yeah, it's alright. So, Miyahara, you go and you pull up one of these emotes and you activate it. It's kind of like they're represented as like a little token, and you activate it. What happens? And you'll notice this, like any other of these NPC Digimon that are around, when you activate one of them, they instinctively react to it. So when you do a fireworks, any of these NPC Digimon who are kind of around, they stop and go, yeah! Woo! Like, they react to you doing the emote as if it has been programmed in. And when you pull out the instrument, what instrument is it, out of curiosity?
That is
It's a
both
ukulele.
cute and very, very depressing.
Oh, it is. So, what instrument do you think this should be? Like, because it can be anything, and I think it'd be.
It's absolutely a ukulele.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you bring out, you switch and bring out the ukulele, and you see there's like this moment where there's like a little glitch as they are having to rapidly switch between the programming of fireworks react to ukulele react. So we're going clap clap, woo yeah, to a little dance to the ukulele, and if you switch again, there's a little woo yeah, and you see these fragmentary moments in between where like it's almost as if they aren't supposed to be made to move this quickly. They haven't been, they need to like finish and out, like the algorithm needs to like finish before it moves on to the next thing, and so there's like this little and hard reboot to the next programmed in options. And you do notice that these do work on the Guardramon as well. These are like NPC-ified. These two guards, so these like big, bulky square robots. When you do a thing, there you go. Woo. Yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
And then when the ukulele comes out, they go, feel the vibe, feel the vibe.
I'm imagining this like cone heads, like feel the vibe, feel the
my
vibe.
god, that's
Oh my
terrifying.
So, with that, yes, you 100% you can give an inspiration to Cat. So Cat, basically, you don't have to spend this right now if you don't want to, but inspiration, easiest way you can make it work is you can just re-roll the dice. That's basically like advantage in 5e.
I mean, I got a 21, so I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you certainly do not need to do that. As they're clapping and then doing a little dance, you just, walk behind them. And you go and you try and interact with the door, and there's like a little moment where you really shouldn't have been able to do this, because what should have happened is a text box should have happened with the Guardramon as you approach the door, but it didn't, because something is very poorly programmed. So with that, the door just kind of disappears. It doesn't exist, and you can just walk through it. The door doesn't open. It just isn't there.
Well, I'm gonna go through that real quick before it comes back.
Yeah. So you just... boop. As far as everyone else is concerned, Cat, you just disappeared. Just gone.
I just clipped through the wall.
Yep. So, do we want to pick up and continue on with what's going on with Cat, or do we want everyone else to come and join Miyahara and be like, the frick just happened?
I mean, I guess just because it's in my head now, and I guess nothing can stop me except for Bardic, I could have Rukia just go over to where Miyahara's like, and she's just like, what are you doing? What's going on?
Mia's
Are you trying to break the game?
Mia's just gonna kind of look over as she's still swapping between emotes and just be like, "Don't worry bad a thing.
Mm.
I find
Where
it
did you get those emotes?
I find it very funny, like, as you're going, hey, don't worry. Like, Billy comes up just, like, almost looks very sad and upset with Leomon. It's just like, it's horrible. We have to stop the horribleness.
I love that. I
Meanwhile,
actually really like that. Yeah. What are you gonna
meanwhile,
say,
Rukia
TB?
is just like, I was gonna have Rukia try to go to the emote shop and buy a dancing emote.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of dancing emotes. Obviously,
Oh no.
they're all just listed as Dance 1, Dance 2, Funky Dance, like Pop Dance, Jazz Dance. Like, so they'll all have different
Oh
styles.
no. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. I just had a thought.
What?
Mm?
What if you dance and Miyahara is doing something else simultaneously? How will that break them?
That's the plan. Yeah, Rukia finds a dance where basically it's just a distraction dance from the escape games.
Mm-hmm.
So just dun 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 dun, and then she goes over to Miyahara and is like, "I don't know what you're doing, but you know what? I need to do something to just get rid of like anxiety and stuff." So, and then she just starts doing the dance.
Yep. So you activate the distraction dance emote, and so Miyahara's already got them doing one thing. The moment you activate yours, they stop what Miyahara's got them doing, and they do your thing. It's just overwritten it. So they'll be partway through, going clap clap woo yeah, or feel the vibe, to join it in with whatever dance it is, which is hilarious because no matter what Digimon model they are, so whether it's an Agumon or a quadruped like a Garurumon or a big robot, they do the exact same dance. Even if one of them doesn't have arms, they'll kind of like move their body as if they did have arms. Don't ask how.
I have to at least ask this for the sake of it be really funny with the samurai sword.
Mhm.
Is the leave and polka emote available?
Yes.
Okay, then Billy's just gonna buy that and try that because that seems we're all doing emotes. So that'll be what Billy does is leave and polka with their samurai sword. And I'm just because I think it'd be really funny is like you see Shadow of Abermont trying to do the same thing, and then Leomon just trying to do the awkward, like this, just trying to do it and failing.
It's wonderful. It is a hot mess. This is anyone who's ever spent any amount of time in an MMO, and people realize when you go to find one of these hub worlds and you see what people have realized that their emotes can be enforced on other characters, and it's just a clusterfuck of people doing stupid dances. It's just that. It is just that non-stop, but just with three of you, just somehow have a real fun time. I'm forgetting that these Digimon have currently got their free will suppressed, so really you're just okay. No, that's horrible.
Rukia is feeling like there might be some sort of like rhyme and reason to this. So,
could Mia potentially just sort of ask at least Rukia, if not Rukia and Billy, to kind of keep dancing so she can sneak off and I can off-screen buy one or two things?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to RP it. I was just...
Yeah. What do you want to go grab?
I was thinking a bow and arrow, and is there some way to potentially, like, buff the Tamer's armor?
Yeah. You go to Zudamon's, because Billy only went into the upgrade section, didn't see what he had on offer. You can buy armor and and stuff. it doesn't add loads. It's just like +2 to your armor score, and
Okay.
now you have a choice of what does that look like. Do you actually get like armor, or is this like fantasy MMO land where it can just be like a headband, or it can be whatever you want it to be, or it can be programmed to just look however your regular clothes look. I think it'd be cool if you just had like a big stonking piece of like medieval chestplate armor on. That'd be cool.
I was thinking possibly like a leather armor thing, because if she's going with the bow and arrow thing, she's thinking like move around a little bit.
I mean, hang on, let me just think. Is there a Digimon that has that kind of...
Which are you referring to? As in, have a leather armor on their chest? Yes.
Yeah, or at least something that vaguely resembles leather armor. What are you thinking of,
Yes.
Michael? Because you're the Digimon Encyclopedia currently.
Okay, the one, and I'm blanking on the name of it, but essentially it looks like a gal with a snake head on them and has a big ass sword.
Minervamon.
That is very swirl.
Yeah.
Like they have a chest that is very much of leatherwork.
Okay, yeah. So you can get something that looks like that. We'll find an image of that. And okay, for the bow, Angelwoman doesn't actually have a bow, does she? She just
Yes, but it's more of a case when they do it, the whole thing is very light, both the bow and the arrow. So it's like you set up your hands, and as your hands go out, the bow comes out in the arrow. It's much more similar to dang it, I forget this is the one where Pearl and Amethyst when they merge, which had the big like bow.
I know that
Yeah.
reference.
Yeah.
Pearl
Yeah.
and Amethyst's fusion is Opal.
Yeah, that sounds right
Yeah.
to me. So
When Opal of like when they summon the bow and the arrow, both are just kind of like of the bows in the hand, and then the arrows are summoned.
Yeah.
So that's the bow you get, and we'll find you an image of Minervamon so you get the idea of a chest plate. So basically, you've got this weapon. You can now, as a regular tamer, you can add the weapon quality, and you can also add +1 to your accuracy and damage.
Okay.
And you don't need to like carry it. You can literally just hold your hand out and be like, "Ooh, magic bow." You.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of cute, and this is just a silly idea, but what if it was like little charms
Ooh.
that could go on the Digivice that are like, like Anja, like Minervamon, for example, like it's a little keychain of Minervamon, and so you can just grab it, and that's when the armor activates.
I like that. I like because especially since these Digivices they're kind of similar to like mobile phones. So like when you get loads, you're like the kid who's got like 27 phone charms hanging off. You're like this one, that one.
Yeah.
And I think that vibes. I mean, I think it's different for every person. So Billy, for example, he doesn't have a sword charm. Billy just has a friggin' sword. Someone who's a lot more like, I think this works for Miyahara to have the charms because Miyahara likes cutesy stuff and will probably collect mobile phone charms. So I like that. That aesthetic is cool. 100%.
Sweet.
Nice.
I like it.
All right. So with that, let's find out where Cat clipped off into. Cat.
Hi. Just so you know, Bardic, I may have used the 3 experience points we got from the last session to get the Digimon Quality Trojan, which basically gives me a +6 bonus to getting into places where I'm not supposed to be, in addition to my technician bonus.
Okay.
Because I've decided that I'm gonna put all of my points into coding and nothing else.
No.
Exploding glass cannon.
These games are really fun when you learn how to min-max, and especially when it's not even intentional. You're like, oh wait, I can just get really good at this. Why would I not? Alright, so, Cat, in the comparison to where you were before, this clearly not finished location, textures weren't there, you find yourself in a pure white environment. It looks like obscenely sleek and clean. There's no sign of any Digimon. There's not really any sign of any humans either, but it is a long white corridor. There's not really any pattern on anything. It looks very very flat and geometric, so everything is in like perfect squares and cubes, very corporate, with like the occasional indent into the wall that seems to suggest maybe this is a door or something. It looks entirely unhuman, almost transhuman, like just beyond humanity. It's some futuristic sci-fi writer's wet dream of a capitalist hellscape, basically.
I found the admin chambers.
May I add into it? Because, like, something that they did in the Digimon games is that when you're into this, you have this, like, random, like, shapes that like, almost like a snowflake, or a lot of weird, odd shapes. They're just rotating and blending from one to another shape in the back of them.
I mean, I get that, and I think that stuff probably exists outside of whatever this is. This is like a very clearly, no, corporate has come here and we have defined this is our corporate area. Like, if you were to, like, crack open a wall and see what is beyond this exact area, you would probably see the shapes forming into each other and all of that stuff. But this is very much like some people came and went, alright, what's this? Somewhere I can plant my flag? Yes.
I'm very excited.
Okay.
I need to chill. Sorry. The player is currently being like, oh my god, I hit the motherhood, I hit the jackpot, I'm in the place! And I need to chill a little bit, because Katarina is also excited, but not quite to that level. Katarina is excited, but I am like, Entrapta in space level excited.
Mm-hmm.
I need to chill.
Okay, I got one to kind of, like, calm you down. We have, back in the emote, Billy is slicing into the ground as they're doing the polka.
Yeah, your sword just clips through the ground. It's not programmed to recognize that. The sword just clips through the untextured floor.
Okay, so are any of these doors even slightly differentiated from each other, or are they all just like random doors?
The closest to a differentiation, when you approach them, you do notice in a stark, clashing neon blue color, a number pops up.
Oh god, my eyes.
The number is a 5-digit number. They seem to be in order, but I don't know. So this is door 1752. The next door is 1753, then 1754. You don't know what these numbers are, what they do, what's going on, but the doors they are numbered.
And they're increasing as I go down as I get farther from the entry point?
Yes.
Just a hallway of infinite floors.
5-digit numbers. How many digits was Larry Joe's ID number? I forget.
It was 5.
That's a 6-digit number, isn't it? If it was 525,600.
Yeah.
That's 6 digits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably not what these numbers are. They're probably not employee ID numbers. Or at the very least, if they are, I can't get anywhere near Larry Joe's right now. So, I'm I'm just gonna pick the one that's closest to the entry/exit point because that way I can maybe escape quickly if I need to. And approach it. Is there any obvious way of opening, or is it like I'm gonna have to like poke it?
You approach. Nothing appears to happen. There's no handle. There's no slide here. There's not a weight sensor. You feel like you might have to poke it, or touch it, or slap it, or kick it.
Or bop it.
Twist it.
Twist it. Pull it. Okay. This is dangerous, but also I really want to see what's in here. Okay, fine. I'm gonna. She's gonna like stretch her arm out and make sure that like her arm is as far from her body as she can make it. Her non-dominant hand, so her left hand, and then she's gonna walk forward slowly until like her palm touches the door.
All right. Yeah. You touch the door, and probably way too quickly. Like it's not calm. It's not serene. It's just the door just like slides open, and you can see inside. And inside, it's probably gonna hurt your eyes to adjust because it seems so strange. But in contrast to the futuristic capitalist pure white geometric shape, this is like the most basic looking office. Like it's got that cheap looking like office carpet. It has a single desk, a single fairly out of date computer monitor, and then the wall seems to create the image of like a window view over a city. It's clearly not that because there's not a city in here, but it has like not a particularly great green screen effect around the walls to make it look like a regular human office. It is incredibly alienating.
Okay then. Can I use my Digivice to scan to see if there's any like heat signatures or life signs in here before I actually walk in?
Is that a thing Digivice can do? I don't.
Well, you said I could scan things.
Yeah, okay, so you can scan, and they do scan, they do tell you if there's other Digivices here, and you assume you have Digivices, so all other humans might have them. There's no sign of anyone in here. This office looks fairly untouched. There doesn't seem to be any clutter. There doesn't seem to be any papers or any personal affects. There's no sign that anyone has been in here yet.
Okay, well, we're gonna walk in and see if anything explodes.
Right, you walk in, immediately behind you, the door slides shut, and the wall which it was on, that becomes a green screened wall to resemble human office working space. You are trapped in the office. Well, not trapped, but it creates, there's no end. It is just office. That is what it looks and feels like. This is...
Okay, well, real quick, I am going to just kind of look at Kitty, and Kitty's just going to be like, got it. And Kitty's going to get down and try and scratch. You said that's like office carpet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kitty's going to try and scratch like a box where they remember the door being.
Okay.
In the carpet, like in front of it, just like a welcome mat almost, but just like this is where the door is.
When Kitty goes to do that, you find that nope, you can't really leave any marks. The floor is like the walls green screened, but you do find that when Kitty touches and interacts with it, the green screen kind of breaks, and you can see like okay, yeah. So if you just start touching the walls, you'll find where the door is. It's not gone forever. You don't need to worry about that.
Okay, yeah, and I'm assuming that the desk isn't gonna like magically start moving. So as long as I remember which wall it's on,
yeah,
relative to the desk, that'll be fine. Okay,
yeah,
cool. Alright, well, we're gonna go sit in the desk chair and see if we can boot up the computer.
All right, yeah. You go. You sit down. The computer is currently off. It doesn't look like this has ever been turned on. It looks like it's here waiting for a time and a place when the employee designated to this office comes and claims it. But nope, it's Cat's now. So you sit down, you turn on the computer. There's a little slow startup as the computer's fan makes way too much noise. It's a little bit obsolete. It's a little bit old. It goes.
Yep.
And when it turns on, black screen, just a simple login box. It just says ID, password.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright,
You're a
I
hacker
have-
and you're not supposed to be in there. You get that plus.
Username, password.
Hold on. I believe I downloaded a list of all the players and all the employees in the area, correct?
Yup.
So I'm gonna pull up that list and pick a random employee, and there's information on them in there, right? I know their ID numbers are in there because Larry Joe used to have one and it's now redacted. But I'm assuming there's also, because Megami Core is Megami Core, a lot of personal information about them, like if they have family, if they have children. Children are family. Come on, brain. Like personal effects, pets, anything like that.
Yeah, anything and everything is listed, but in a very disgusting clinical, not like oh hey, this is Joe. Joe's actually a real swell guy, donates money to charity, helps out orphans. No, I'll just say, this is Joe. Joe is unmarried. Joe has a cat.
Joe is living his best life. Don't judge him.
Alright, so I'm gonna put in Joe's ID number and the name of his cat.
Yeah. You do that. Do you want to roll for me, please? Whatever you believe the appropriate thing to roll right now is.
That is a good question. Let me just check what the character attributes are.
Because, wouldn't Trojan apply here too? Because you're not supposed to be in there.
Well, this isn't necessarily me trying to get into the computer itself. This is me trying to figure out a person and what their password would be. Like, the player's base assumption is that it will be the cat's name because it looks like the only thing important in Joe's life is his cat. And lots of people make their passwords things that are important to them. Like, mine is a reference to one of my favorite TV shows when I was a child. It's extremely complicated because I'm a nerd, but Larry Joe is not a nerd, and therefore it is safe to assume that regular Joe is potentially also not a nerd, and therefore his password would just be his cat's name. So that's what I'm going with. Let's see. I don't know if this would be maybe decipher intent or knowledge. It's definitely not any of the physical stats.
Yeah. The way I like to run things is I want the player to be able to roll whatever they feel to be the most appropriate thing at this moment. So whatever you justify, I'm okay with. So if you want to somehow justify this as perform, because you're performing, you're emulating what it is like to be Joe and thinking like Joe. If you want to use manipulate, because you're manipulate, I don't know. Whatever you want to use and that you can justify.
Yeah, I think what I feel was closest would be decipher intent because you're trying to figure out what the person would have made their password.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds correct to me. And the doggos have just been dropped off. Then the doggo. Pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
3.
Chica, okay.
Chica.
Chica.
I rolled a 20, by the way. Because I have a +8 in Decipher Intent, which is nice.
Okay, so there's a doggo. Say hello, Chico. Good go.
The stream is
If the stream
I
will stop
can't see the
buffering for
doggo.
me, I want to see the doggo.
Yeah, the stream keeps buffering. I don't.
Doggo.
When we take a break, I'll see what I can do about the stream.
Anyway,
It's been...
20 on Decipher Intent.
So a 20 is incredibly difficult tasks. Do we think Joe is incredibly difficult to interpret? I don't think so.
No.
So I think you definitely succeed at this. The cat's name was Buttons.
Oh.
So you put in Joe's ID, you type in Buttons, and it logs in. There is no screensaver. It is a black screen, and it doesn't take you to a command prompt. It is just a black screen with the Megami Corp logo, and what is some awful, capitalist slogan that sounds encouraging, but in reality is actually just really haunting. Megami, we know
Sorry,
you.
I'm just remembering.
Megami
yeah,
is
God,
always
that's bad.
watching.
We know you is actually really good, and also, oh my god, no.
I'm remembering the time that my brother got me to play Job Simulator, and I was an office worker, and the motivational posters, and one of them was, "Remember, you may be expendable, but the company isn't, so work hard."
My God, I remember that.
Hey,
no.
Like, actual capitalism is where it gets worse. Of like, you will never leave, so enjoy the work.
So is it just like so the like it's just a black screen with the Megami Core logo and some intending to be motivational but really horrifying slogan. Do I have like the startup bar at the bottom that has like the computer company, or not not necessarily the computer company, the like
Yeah, like the equivalent of a
operating
Windows
system
bar or
company
whatever.
button
Like,
and all that.
yeah, that exists.
Okay.
You can click that, you can open it up. There's basically nothing on these computers except
Alright,
the
so I'm-
necessary things you need to work. That's it. There's not
So
like...
there should be, so I should be able to get into the command prompt then, because I'm pretty sure that's just a basic feature of all computers.
Yeah, that is a basic feature.
Yay. Good times. Fun times. Okay. So I'm popping into the command prompt,
Mhm.
and I'm going to try and figure out what programs are currently running in the hub world.
Okay. So you bring up the command prompt and you go locate Mount Infinity server. You find the server and you start doing all that, and you're going like full on hacker mode.
Just so you know, even if I roll all ones on a check, I will get a 39.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it is
Wow.
basically unimportant for us to roll here.
Min-maxing!
So we can just say you don't need to bother rolling, considering everything you roll like passes incredibly difficult. So unless you arbitrarily want to roll to see how big the number is, we can just crack on and say you do the thing.
I am perfectly fine with just doing the things.
Yeah, alright. So you do the thing. You know what you're doing. I assume similar setup to last time. Kitty is on your lap helping because you two work better together.
Sorry, what was that last thing? Discord for
Okay, no
for a
worries.
moment.
I was just saying, I assume you've got Kitty on your lap and you're both tippy-tapping away working together.
Yes,
Alright,
absolutely.
wonderful.
Double
So
trouble team of mayhem.
So you get on in there. You find the Mount Infinity server, and you go through it, and you're looking for currently running programs, and you find all the bits and you find all the stuff you need to. You find they've got the teleportation programs in place, so that is how people get in and out. You find that they've got all the various like command things set up. You find how they've got the emote system working, how they've got this working, that working, and then right at the very bottom, the biggest one is the what do we reckon we'd call this? Like, I don't. Would it be like very blatant in its naming and go the free will suppressor, or would they just call it like the control?
I was
prompt,
thinking
or...
like NPC, like NPC program.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like NPC mode or something.
Or even simpler, so it looks very like no one else would notice. Loop command. Because loop command, no one would think of it as anything other than a regular command.
Yeah, that sounds fair to me. But like, you know what it is. You know what you're looking for, and you see it.
So large. Oh my goodness. Unless it's like one of those loops that's like looping on itself forever and ever and ever. It's just that's bad programming. You should never ever write a loop that will go on forever, because then you will crash your system.
I know, because that's evil.
Yeah,
that's kind of the point.
I mean, the programming here. The first thing you really notice is the programming here is certainly not up to scratch. It is not as good as one would expect from a multi-trillion-dollar company, and it kind of
I'm not surprised.
And it's really jarring considering you've been in this digital world, and some of the programming that you have already interacted with is so much more infinitely complex than what you thought was possible. So the fact that they've just got real basic stuff, that's a huge red flag. As if to say, hey, if this is what Megami is doing, that really complicated stuff, that wasn't them. Someone else did that.
Neat.
But
I'm gonna send a quick message on my Digivice to my friends to let them know that I am in, and they can, if they need to, go do other things, because there's no immediate apparent danger to me. I am in an office, the door is shut. I'm pretty sure if I really wanted to, I could go into the programming of the office buildings themselves and lock the door from the outside, or inside. But I'm good, and I also want to send them a quick message that, yup, there is definitely a program here, NPCifying people, and I'm going to shut it down in a couple of moments, just so you know. And also, this code is shit.
This code is shit. Poop emoji, poop emoji.
Either
barf
there's
emoji.
someone, like, either Megami Core, like, partnered with someone, which seems ridiculous, because Megami Core just is the universe, but whatever. Either they partnered with someone, or they stole this from someone, because their code is so bad. I mean, I'm not entirely surprised, because a lot of the times, like, big capitalist corporations focus on getting things out quickly rather than doing them well, and that's a whole nother rant that I'm not getting into right now. I'm not surprised, but also, it is shit, and it should not... The things we've experienced and the Digimon we've interacted with and how complex they are should not be possible with this level of coding, and I just... bleh. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good time. Bye.
Rukia would just send a quick message back of third party trying to mess with things, question mark. Also,
The reply is just, more likely Megami messing with third party.
that would
Billy-
make more sense.
Billy just sends XD space G8 space J0B.
Oh my god.
That does not get a response. I will not qualify that with a response.
Mia's just gonna be like, yay, good job, you got in. I guess I should tell everyone what's going on.
Hey, Lilymon, Cat's on it, so we can just enjoy shopping. Cat's fixing it.
What's up, nerd? Welcome to the Banjo Lilymon's training camp.
Oh my god, Leomon didn't follow.
Leomon's just there, desperately trying to interact. Hey, Leomon is like slapping his hands against the invisible barrier between himself and Zudamon, just going, no!
Oh
Poor
no.
Leomon.
Okay.
Okay.
Just imagining after a while saying, "Look."
So
for
I'm
like,
gonna open up the whatever it's named, the NPC mode program file,
Mhm.
and go in and do a quick read through of it and try and figure out all the things that it's doing, and basically try and sabotage it from the inside without actually turning it off, so that if anyone checks on it, it looks like it's still running, but it's not actually doing what it is supposed to. So I'm basically commenting out large sections of it, not deleting anything because then it will obviously flag as a smaller file, but commenting out large sections of it and making sure that it basically still does, it still runs, but it's not actively doing anything. It's like an empty method. It runs, it returns that it's running, and that's all that it does.
Yeah, alright. So, in my mind, I don't know if Kat would know a smarter way to make this work, probably. I don't know how this stuff works. This is me making vague assumptions and wild guesses.
You're fine.
What I would assume is basically going, alright, so, you've already seen that this system is flawed, right? You know that there's, like, reload times and the algorithm is very clunky. So you could probably quite easily factor in, like, an additional algorithm, like a safety loop or something like that, to basically say, like, when two things conflict, it basically, instead of going one to the other, you just go whoop and set it off on a different path to basically just override it and let them return to their natural AI or whatever is written down in. So basically, you don't have to turn off the NPC code, but when you make an NPC crash, it basically turns it off on them. Like, it's still running.
Oh, interesting. That was not what I was trying to do, but I mean, I guess that also works considering we can very easily make them crash.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because this is very exploitable, so it would kind of make sense to me. It's like, okay, so if you exploit the program, it doesn't register as being turned off, or damaged, or affected. It's like, nope, they're set to not factory set. Well, I guess it would be, because factory settings would be their natural personality. So, I mean, unless there's a smarter, cleverer way you can think of, that's what I imagine you probably did.
Well, I mean, that works. It means that we have to go through and, like, crash anyone who's acting like an NPC, but I guess that is actually more subtle because it means that I don't actually have to make any of the code non-functional. I just have to add in a clause that if two conflicting things are trying to run at the same time, reset to factory settings, which would then mean that the NPC code does not work.
And especially, all you do, you just need to go do 2 emotes at them. Done. Which I just find hilarious. You go up and you make an NPC dance, and then you set off fireworks, and he goes, "I'm free!" Which I think is hilarious. Alright.
And every one of us has an emote now, too.
Yeah, so you can basically run around and start freeing Digimon from the coding, which is pretty boss. Alright, so that's all done. Is there anything else you would like to do whilst you are in here?
Absolutely. But
Okay.
first, I think we should take a break.
Yeah, that's why I was
Yeah,
asking
Beck
to
is
see.
doing things.
Alright,
Same.
so we will take a quick 5 to 10 minute break, depending on how long people need to get drink and whatnot, and we will be right back. In between time, I'm going to see if I can do anything with my internet to stop the stream buffering issues. Thankfully, this won't be an issue on the recording for the YouTube, so...
Yeah.
Alright,
So if you're on YouTube, guess you don't have any issues
yeah,
unless your
Oh.
internet goes out.
yeah.
Congrats.
Alrighty. We'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. Stay tuned.
BRB, y'all.
And we are back. Alrighty, where we left off, Cat. You had just... Yeah, you have messed with the code. And there was another thing you wanted to try and do. What is the other things you would like to try and do? Before we jump back over to everybody else.
How about we jump over to everybody else now that the NPC mode is off?
Okay,
Because
yeah.
my brain decided to forget what I wanted to do during the break.
No, that is absolutely fine. Everybody else. Well, Kat, I assume you send a message and like, all right, you can disable NPC mode by making them crash. I'm sure you figured out how to do
Actually,
that.
it's probably more like you can disable NPC mode by making them do 2 emotes at once. Have fun.
All right. Everybody else, you've been. I assume you've just like been going around collecting everyone. You know, so I have this wonderful image in my mind of Miyahara just keeping the ukulele emote going, walking around the entire hub world, collecting a string of dancing NPCs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pied Piper
I-
style.
I would
Oh.
say, like, when she gets that text, she was, like, starting to head back to the group from when she got the Angelomon and the, not Minervamon, but Crusadermon phone charm things.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll just, like, cue ukulele jam session and try to get them to, like, follow her over towards the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll just come with however many NPCs will follow her.
I mean, you can roll performance, or you can basically, you know, there isn't a mechanic for it in this, but we'll just make it up and say there is one. Do the equivalent of take 20. They're going, yeah, you just take the time and definitely succeed.
Yeah, let's say she takes 20.
Yeah. So you do that, you take your time to definitely succeed. You jam, you walk around, you gather as many as possible. You have got the couple dozen NPC Digimon just all following around, all doing the exact same movement. Just feel the vibe. Feel the vibe. You've got like a small... what's funnier, a giant conga line or just a crowd following you?
Conga.
Alright, there's a giant conga line of just Digimon following you. And you go up and you meet up with Billy and Rukia, who I assume Billy and Rukia have just been having fun making the Gardramon do stupid stuff.
Yeah, because
Um,
it's just the polka leaf movements on Billy with a sword.
So, what do? You've got the message, you know, you make them do a second emo, they'll crash and they'll reboot and they'll return to normal. Does anyone have a specific choice, or what? One of you just does the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mia will just debate other emojis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that sounds like what we're all doing. It's just we're all doing emojis together
Yep.
to break them.
All right, so one by one,
The action dance.
every single time one of their like hitboxes picks up the command to do a different emoji, you see there's this little crash, and you see like, their eyes, they do the little red flicker, and then it just gets turned off, and they kind of each and every Digimon kind of stops and looks around and goes, what? And they seem to have gained their sentience and their free will back a little bit, and there is a mixture of confusion, relief, fear. There's a whole wide variety of emotions going on here right now. And quite quickly, it starts to get like very like loud and tense because they have no idea what has been going on, or well, it's not no idea. They've been aware of what's been going on, but they're still very scared because they don't know what was happening or why it was happening. So I think there is a lot of anxiety very present
or perhaps
in this
why
room.
it stopped, or if it could happen again.
Yeah.
Leomon, honey, can you give us a big roar first?
Roar!
Thank you.
Yeah, Leomon will do a big roar. Silence fills the room. Everyone stops and looks at the three of you and Leomon and your Digimon friends.
Hello there. Welcome. We have been here to try to help you all out. Each of us have our own functions, and me being kind of like here to try to help bring everyone's attention so those that can speak better can speak and explain things.
Boncho Lilymon speaks up and goes, "What's going on, you nerds?"
Okay, that is not part of the programming. He just calls everyone nerds. Nice.
I mean, thank you for acknowledging my aesthetic. I'm
Nope.
part of it.
Well, someone better explain it or I'm gonna start throwing hands. So, come on. What's going on?
I guess Mia will sort of just kind of awkwardly step up and just be like, well, you see, there's this corporation known as...
Boo!
Well, yes,
Hey!
boo.
Okay.
Let me speak. Called Megami Core, and well, we thought that they were making a game, but it turns out that they're using all of you to make this quote-unquote game possible. So yeah, they had you under their control, and you were basically on a loop. But one of our friends helped you, and you're better now.
You see
Wow.
Pyodramon, like, very slowly put his hand up. Like, just very slow. Very...
Yes?
What's a Megami? And, how does it work? Also, where are we?
Technically, this is Mount Infinity, or somehow inside of it. So that's that answer. Megami Corp is basically a group of... I'm going to do not go through the whole spiel of how they were founded and all that sort of stuff, although I could write an entire essay on that.
The bad guys.
Yeah, basically, just a group of people who's in an organization, and yeah, they do a lot of technological things to change about land, and I guess also Digimons and how they act. I guess that's a thing now.
Follow up question.
Hmm?
What? Just what?
Okay,
Just what?
it was people taking advantage of you were the bad people that got you in the loop where you were doing the same thing over and over again. Now you can keep to just doing the same thing over again, but now we've given you a choice that you can go off and do other things now.
What's a people?
Other than
You're
you.
people. Oh wait, I'm not there. Sorry.
A mysterious voice, huh? I got.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's coming through our Digivice. Okay, I think we're hearing it. You guys might all. Okay. It's said Powdermon, you are people too.
I'm a Pildramon. I'm a Digimon. That's not
Yes!
a people. What's a people?
Everyone else.
Well,
But-
okay.
no.
Let's maybe we should further define a little bit better. See, there are beings here that are from an alternate
Oh God.
Mention.
well,
Mhm.
I was actually going to say, like, from a land kind of far away, where there's things are a little bit different there, and yeah, basically, I don't know. Basically, there are beings here that are from far away, and a lot of them believe that this isn't necessarily real, when in fact it is real, and the reason they think it's not real is because of an evil corporation.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's similar.
What's a corporation?
Bad guys.
Got it.
Well, yeah.
How do we go home?
Oh, there are actual exits. If you follow, I'll actually point them out, and she'll kind of like point out, because isn't the big door that led back to the things by all the other hub things?
Yeah, you can point out the exits to the different biomes.
Yeah, so Mia will just be like, and if you go in through this one, it'll lead you here, and you'll go through this one, it'll lead you here.
Okay. I'm gonna go home.
Hey, bye.
Alright. Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't talk to strangers. Bye.
Be safe when going home. Eat the rich.
As you say, don't talk strangers, he looks very confused. He goes, but you're a stranger. Did I break the rules?
No, honey.
Oh, you did.
No, we're not strangers anymore.
But so if I talk to someone, they're not a stranger, but I can't talk to someone who's this. I think I'm just going to go home.
Yeah, just be
Uh-huh.
careful who you talk to. That's what I mean.
Okay.
All right, bye.
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 I was want to walk. You see that they're just kind of go, oh, okay. And they start walking off until they all realize that, oh wait, we don't know which one's ours. I assume you point out what all the different biomes are, and they kind of go,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
she was she would point them out and kind of explain the basic layout, in case they call it something different.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she just kind of like do the whole, and if you step this way, this leads to here, and this is the, current climate and such, going full tour guide.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Cyclopon is also helping guide people to each of their homes. Like, have fun, have safe
Alright.
travels. Glad you're not acting creepy anymore.
All right, wonderful. And with that, one by one, they all start to just disperse. You find that a few choose not to leave, being specifically, Unimon stays behind, Zudomon, Pancho Lilymon, because they're actually like, no, I kind of like this place. It's like a shop, and if people come through here, I can make money. That's pretty cool. I like the sound of that. I'm cool with that. So, basically the kiosk owners, except Pyildramon, who's just very confused, they'll stay behind, because they enjoy it, I guess. All right. Is there anything else you would like to do here quickly before we jump back over to Cat in the office?
Billy's gonna try to go. I think back to Bancho Lilymon and try to get an armor upgrade, and hopefully try to at some point get into a fight to see if they can respectably kick Billy's ass.
All right. Well, we can do that scene after we jump back to Cat. But yes, you can 100% go back over to Zudomon and Bancho Lilymon and get stuff sorted there. All right, wonderful.
I remember what I was trying to do. I was trying to make sure that the shops would work even if the Digimon decided to not run them.
Yeah, well, that is a very convenient thing to figure out and get set up. Yeah, 100%. You, when you go into like the NPC programming, you can find that like these specific Digimon have the NPC programming, so they will work even if they are not in the kiosks. The kiosks themselves hold no actual power or potency, so it's in the Digimon. So if you wish to, you could copy that and apply it to another Digimon, so you can basically, it's high-level manipulation, but theoretically, your Digivice can store data, you could store the data for these, you could essentially, any Digimon you come across, turn them into a shop worker, or at least give them the facility to be a shop NPC.
Wow! Instant shop everywhere!
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, so even if they're not, so if for example the sloth Digimon, whose name I am not remembering how to pronounce, so in order to get stuff from that shop, now that they have left, can you interact with the kiosk and get stuff, or do you have to go find that Digimon and interact with them to get stuff?
You would have to interact with that Digimon, or any other Digimon that has that menu installed on them. So, for example, if you wanted to, you could install that menu on Kitty. You could just be like, hey Kitty, give me items. And Kitty would activate a menu and pull them out. It's high-level data manipulation.
Oh my god. That...
I will say that there is...
I'm sorry, did you just say that I could turn my Digimon into a shop for everyone that just follows us around?
Yes, I will say that there is a limitation on these things, and each Digimon can only hold one shop data on them, because otherwise it'd be super broken. So, for example, if you decided to make Kitty the healing item shop, you couldn't also have Kitty be the armor shop and the weapon shop and so on and so forth. You'd only have one, because there's like a limit on menus a Digimon can have on them. We'll just say that for convenience. But we've had 4 shops, and you have 4 partner Digimon, and you've also got Leomon as well. So.
Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna download all the shop menus just because that's a thing that I think would be fun to have and be like, hey, do you want to be able to randomly pull items out of nowhere? Here. Go crazy. Ruin the economy. I mean, everything's free right now anyway, but it's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts.
Is there a way to apply the shop menu to a kiosk object?
Theoretically. See, I'm just trying to think, like, okay, yes. Theoretically, you could.
I just want to make it so that the upgrade shop will still work, even though Piledramon, I think is how you pronounce that, even though Piledramon is not there anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, theoretically you could, and that would just mean going into the actual kiosk data and essentially turning it into a terminal and making it a terminal and not an NPC, not like an NPC area. So then you would just activate it through a terminal. So yes, you can essentially convert all of the kiosks into terminals, which really would have been the much smarter thing to do. But obviously Megami Corp wanted to have these lovable mascot Digimon all over the place because capitalism, marketing, instead of just having.
So I'm just gonna
screens.
turn all of the kiosks into working terminals, so that if the Digimon ever want to, take a break or go on vacation or something, that their shops will still work without them.
Yeah, you can do that. It's super easy. It's disgusting how easy that would be. But instead, they decided, you know what? Let's just erase the free will of these sentient creatures from marketing purposes. Megami Corp are fucking horrible.
They're not really sentient because we can make them not sentient. So obviously, since we can, it means we're allowed to. Anyway.
Clearly, that's how it works. And alright, is there anything else you would like to do in the office space?
I would like to check up on all the other players, and if any of them are injured, set them back to full health, because if I'm here, I don't want anyone to die.
And checking on everything so far, there's been no new player injuries registered, and you have noticed that ever since you sent out your message, that most players have migrated from, like, instead of just their location being like, you know, White Wastes, wherever, it says that they've moved to like safe zones, because now you've made everyone very much aware that no, this stuff is dangerous. So there is no one out in the open anymore. Everyone has retreated to, you know, like safe zones and like and stuff
Yay,
like that.
they're intelligent.
Yeah,
They're doing not dumps.
exactly.
Brain.
Big brain moments.
Brain
around.
So yes, anybody who did have any injuries, Mark, you just bloop, fixed, sorted, reset that all. Out here, basically just being God.
Yeah, I think we're all still healed from the last time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Cat
yeah.
went into God mode and did things. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm good here.
I'm good too.
Oh, I remember what the other thing was. I was going to try and see if there was any program in place for the staff to exit the digital world.
Okay, yes. Good. This is very good. Yes, you do find that they have marked an exit zone, specifically in the office you are currently in. Not in the office you are in, but in the big white corporate hellscape. Down in room 00001, that is marked as the emergency exit.
This is something that I feel like I'm going to have to work at for a while, but she would like to basically download all of the coded information about the emergency exit, so that she's basically going to have something running in the background while they're wandering around trying to find people and talk to them and figure out how everyone else is doing. She's going to have something running in the background where hopefully after a while, and it will probably take a while because this is a very complex thing, to be able to set up an emergency exit zone in a designated area outside of the corporate space.
Okay.
So she can let beta testers leave. She isn't really thinking about where that would be yet. Maybe the mountain, maybe she'd make one in each zone, but what she's really thinking about right now is, okay, there is a way out, but the only way I got in here is because we broke the guards, and I basically glitched through a wall, and if they figure out how I got in here and they patch it, then none of the players can get out of here. So she's going to try and download all of the information related to the emergency exit, and basically when she has free time, work on trying to figure out how to upload it in various areas to be able to make exits for people eventually
Okay.
at the end of the line.
So the first thing, as you're getting all this information, I suppose the first thing that comes into place is you learn that the reason why this is the emergency exit is not because of programming or code. It is based purely on its physical location. There is something special about where that is, and there's a reason why that is 00001. So you would however, what you could do is you understand how programming works, you understand how glitching works, you glitched your way in here. Theoretically, it would be possible to create a glitch of sorts. It's going to take time, but basically you could take the glitch and apply that to make anyone at any point glitch through wherever they are, so glitch through, the sky, to appear in that location.
Oh, so like a shortcut.
Yeah, you can't recreate the exit, but you can work on creating a shortcut to the exit.
Then yeah, then I will start working on that in my free time then.
All right.
That will be the running in the background project of eventually getting people out of here.
All right. Cool. And with that, is that everything Kat wanted to get done?
That's everything that Kat wanted to get done at the moment. Yes.
All right. So with that, I assume you shut down the computer, you head out, and you glitch your way back.
Log out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You log out. And you glitch your way back through. Thankfully, thankfully you haven't really been here long enough to cause too much of a stir, so no one's really noticed anything, and nothing like bad happens. But as you are leaving, so after you've got out of the office and you head back towards the exit, you do notice on all the white walls, like a little red line comes up, and it's just a single word that, well, not a single word, it's like a sentence that kind of just whizzes its way around all the rooms, and it just says anomaly detected.
Oh,
It
no.
doesn't come up, like nothing happens in time for anyone to like come out and stop you, but the system is aware that something happened that shouldn't have happened. You have enough time to get out of here and no one will know who it was or what it was, but they know that something happened.
Awesome. Fun times. Someone pop back out and be like, you guys, we kind of have a time limit for staying here, because as I was leaving, the system finally figured out that someone was messing around. The good news is that I can now turn basically any Digimon into a shop if they want to be a shop. But only
cool.
one kind of shop.
Alright, so I guess if we're on a time limit, should we make our way to the White Ways?
Yep, let's go run.
Alright.
And then immediately, everyone just bolts. Imagining.
All right, yeah. So with that, you just
To
sprint.
the White Wastes.
You all just run. You find the White Wastes gate. You step into it, similar to how you got into here. So just one by one, you step in, you disappear. There's a little loading screen type effect.
Bardic,
Yo,
if her health problems are still affecting her,
Mhm.
Kitty cannot run.
Kitty.
I mean, she can maybe dog.
Yeah.
Not Kitty, sorry, cat.
Cat. Yeah.
Wrong person. The human cannot run.
Yeah. Okay. So this would probably be the first, because I suppose you haven't actually had to run up until now, and so I don't know if Cat would try and run and then go, oh wow, no, that's a thing, or if Cat would instinctively not try and run.
She probably would try to run, and then her lungs would start acting up, and then she would be like, oh, that still affects me. Oh, that's disappointing. I can't run.
If Seeing Cat struggle, Mia will slow down and kind of keep pace. Do you think it might be a good idea to look for somewhere to hide so you can catch your breath, or?
I mean, when this happens, it takes a little while for it to go away, and I am practiced in forcing my way through it to an extent. So, like, as long as I just, like, walk, I should be fine. It's gonna be uncomfortable, but I will live. So let's just get out of the hub world, and then maybe I might need to sit down and do some breathing exercises for a little bit.
All right. And Mia will sort of like hang back a little bit just to kind of keep an eye and make sure.
I think also Sangloopman sort of hangs back a tiny bit once he realizes, like, hey, not everybody is running, and it's just like, dude, Cat, hey, do you want to, like, right on top of me? I think I can carry you.
That
Like-
would be really helpful. Are you sure about that?
Sure! Maybe. If I had thumbs, I would give you 2 thumbs up right now, but I don't. I only have paws. I think I might be able to do it, though, because I don't want you to just be like, out of breath or pass out, or, like, some like, guards come in and it's like, stop right there! Yeah.
You're so nice. Thank you. And she will, like, climb on top of the puppo.
Of this.
Giant bow.
Okay.
Um,
I was just about to jump to Billy, because one thing I really want to have happened is off screen, because unfortunately we don't have time to, like, do the whole thing.
I just found it funny, like, it's just everyone had left, Billy's there at the kiosk, gets the armor and everything, and then, like, it's several beats, like, after all the scene is, like, Billy realized, oh, I guess everybody left. I guess we gotta
Was
be
he
going.
not around when
Bye.
she was like, yo, we have a time limit? Because she kind of, like,
Yeah,
shouted
my
that as she glitched
understanding
through the
was-
door.
I thought everybody was still together.
I mean,
Yeah.
Billy kind of, like, disappeared to go and get armor and get his ass kicked. So in my mind, Billy was just off screen doing that. So I like to imagine that where Bancho Lilymon's kiosk was, you all have to go past that, and you go past. Billy has this new armor on, but it's just, like, tied up in this, like, vine yo-yo with Bancho Lilymon just standing on top of him, laughing at him. Like, off screen, Bancho Lilymon just kicked Billy's ass. Like,
Billy is smiling.
like, noticeably kicked Billy's ass. And as you go past, I don't know, like, Sangloopmon just, like, picks Billy up in his mouth and runs.
Oh, totally. He just goes up to Bancho Lilymon and does a little bow of, I'm sorry to interrupt, I need to take this person that you beat up. Thank you. And then he just picks up Billy and starts running more.
As you do
And
that,
Leomod follows.
yeah. As you do that, Bancho Lilymon kind of, like, gives a shrug and a little huff and goes, alright, see you later, nerds! And gives, like, a little peace sign and blows a kiss as you get dragged off towards the White Wastes. You hit the gate one by one, poop, 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 poop. And then loading screen, and then you reappear. Behind you, giant mountain. You know the mountain. In front of you, underneath you, all around you, just pure white. Also, it's really cold. Like, really, really cold. You have just stepped out into an Arctic tundra.
Okay, who wants to be the armor shop so we can all get fur coats?
Is it armor shop, or would it just be like a clothier?
I mean, well, it was Zudomon's arms and armory, so that would kind of
Okay.
cover that. So, yeah. Who is offering to be the armor shop? I mean, personally, I think it would be hilarious if Larry Joe's little baby Digimon was the armor shop.
Oh, that'd be
He's been
adorable.
Yes.
the whole time, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Larry Joe is
Interesting.
I'm here.
Larry Joe's just been very quiet because I totally forgot he was there for a minute. And then it's like, oh yeah, Larry Joe's there. And, you know, Larry Joe's just been very quiet, not kicking up a fuss.
We
I
didn't
thought that
say that
was-
he's been busy with baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know
and
what?
didn't make. He was busy with baby and didn't want to make a ruckus. no one would notice.
You know what? As well, as you step out into the cold tundra, it's like, oh wow, this is bad. Cat asks, who wants to be the armor shop? At that moment, inside Larry Joe's little pocket, the little baby Digimon, I think it's Poyomon, the one I used, which is basically like a little green blob with a little pacifier in its mouth, goes bright white light, goes and then pops out, and into Larry Joe's hands is essentially like a little sphere with these cute as hell little ears, just like 3 sticky out ears. And she's there going, me, I want to do it, me.
Oh, of course you can.
I think we have a volunteer and they're adorable, and oh my goodness, it's cold.
I trust this volunteer with my
So she's gonna tap on her little watch, and she gets like a super cool sci-fi visor, like over her eyes, and like a little hologram keyboard shows up in front of her, and she's like, "All right, come here real quick," and she does a little bit of tippity typing shenanigans, and she just basically a little. I'm gonna, you know what? Just for fun, I'm gonna say a little floppy disk of light kind of materializes, and she just like pushes it towards the little baby mon.
Yeah, and as you push towards, his mouth opens, and just for reference, this is an Upamon, so UPA mon. It's just like a ball. It's like a little ball with little eyes and a big smile and these like 3-pronged ears sticking out, and it just opens its mouth bigger than he is. Don't ask how. It has no bone structure. Just goes, ow! Glomps around like Cat's entire hand. You don't feel anything. It doesn't hurt. It just glomps around, ingests it, and then a menu pops up.
Time to get fur things.
So
Warm things that have cold resist stats.
yeah,
Basically.
aesthetically speaking, you can basically pick anything you want. So like, you can have this look however you want it to, or you can go and pick like a specific Digimon or whatever to get like furs or clothing or anything. Because this isn't considered armor. This is just what's the correct word I'm looking for here?
Flavor?
I mean, it has a physical effect, meaning you take no cold damage, you don't suffer from being in this environment.
accessory?
Aesthetics.
But it is basically aesthetics, yes. So, does anyone have anything in mind? You know what, I know...
Just that Katarina's is gonna be white and fluffy, just like the rest of her cosplay outfit.
Yes.
I'll get back to you on an outfit in a week.
I mean, yeah, we can spend the next week looking... You know what, let's do that. We can wrap the session up here, and next week we can come back and be like, this is the Digimon aesthetic I've gone for. This is what my clothes look like, and they're friggin' dope.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, does anybody have anything they want to do / say in character as the ending of this session?
Billy will actually give finger guns to the little Digimon.
The little Digimon kind of wiggles, but doesn't have any hands to do finger guns back, but you can tell he's trying his best.
Oh, I just imagine like the little ear fluffs like pointing forward and wiggling a little bit.
That is 100% what happens.
Rukia just stays there for a long ass time trying to pick out what she wants because she wants something warm, but also it needs to fit the aesthetic, but also it needs to be kind of dark colors, and also there's nothing really here that fits. Oh god, oh geez, so many choices.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, like I have my mind already in mind for like it's roughly all it is having this hat. They just kind of like appears on Billy's head, and it's a hat that says brand on it. It's a brand hat that helps keep the cold away because it's a really cool hat.
Oh my god.
I feel like that would actually make you colder. You need a hot hat to keep the cold away.
I know, but I want just the silly, because I have this magnet.
Cool hats make you colder. You need hot hats to make you warm.
I would disagree, because this hat has like a little T-Rex and green little letters that say brand on.
Well, because the cool hat makes him cool, it means he doesn't feel the cold.
Exactly.
There's
oh,
the
I
logic.
See. Okay.
Alright, and...
It means that his temperature is permanently cool instead of cold. Got it.
There you go. And, alright. Then, Miyahara, is there anything you want to do to be the final scene for you?
Mia is currently bouncing up and down in the cold, sort of like arms wrapped around her, and Impmon are sort of like arguing back and forth as to why Impmon absolutely needs something warm to wear because it's cold outside.
That's fantastic. Alright, that is a wonderful thing to end on. I have been the Bardic Knock. You can find me on the internet, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, all as the Bardic Knock. I do the contents of the stuff. Mostly stuff like this. That's basically it. That's me. Let's do the players. ATB, who be you?
I'm ATV, a tired by. I've been very scattered-brained today. Like, not being able to use words right and such. You can find me possibly back here on Sunday for Final Fantasy VI Rise of Spyro, where we're playing in a game based off of Final Fantasy X, where I'm playing Cliff, who has only darkness in her soul. There's no light to be seen.
Mood.
Also, Tauntaun is super adorable. You should totally give them your money. Do it now. Not gonna need it when you're dead. Yeah. That's all I got going on this week. Because Curse of Strahd has been cancelled because of
we
Turkey.
played last week, yeah.
Yeah, we did play last week.
To make up for it.
Yeah. Yeah, aside from that, I don't have anything else going on.
Alright. Kay, who are you?
Hi, I'm Kay, aka Undead Kay. You can find me over on my Twitter, which is K_undead, because Twitter is back asswords. You can also find me on my own Twitch channel, which is Undead K. However, other than the Curse of Strahd games that were this month, I've kind of been taking a little bit of a hiatus due to personal reasons, but I should be back next month. Back and raring to go with shenanigans and stuff and junk. So looking forward to it. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, we're not playing throughout all of December, right?
Well, we haven't decided for sure. There is a chance we may not play in December, or maybe I'll run some one-shots in lieu of and just bring in random people for. Or I mean, it really just depends on people's availability.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, but when you said random people, my brain went potato. I'm random, and I'm just like, why?
Oh, that's like my brain right there.
Okay. Michael, who are you?
Hello, I'm Michael Wayne. You give me a clip, I'll give you a GIF. You can see me Tuesdays on Raven, RAVVYN's channel for Hunters of Calamity, where I play Amanda Starr, who avoided combat that ended up setting charges on a door we need to figure a riddle on. So we can't figure out the riddle. Amanda has a charge. Here, it's ready to blow up the door. Here.
Yeah, that's how to avoid riddles. Just blow it up.
Yeah, but everyone wants to solve the riddle, so Amanda's gotta wait. But she avoided the battle with the ghost Tim, and Lemonade Prime. Most part, I'm just out and about looking to play other people's games. Maybe one day I'll play a game with you. Remember, we're all in this together. I'm rooting for you.
And finally, Vin, who are you?
Sorry, I briefly forgot that I was on push to talk because of shenanigans. Hi, my name is Kat. My username is @Vindifly. I usually stream on my own Twitch channel at Vindifly on Mondays and Thursdays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. However, because it is Turkey Week, I will not be streaming tomorrow. I'm @Vindifly on most things social media, Twitter, Insta, Facebook. I mostly just do whatever on my own channel. I used to be doing a lot of things, but because things is dying, I've been branching out and trying to figure out other things to do. Come hang out. It's a chill time. We like to have fun. Just don't be an asshole. And that's about it. That's me.
Alrighty, and with that, thank you very much, everybody. And until next time, stay safe and happy adventures. Bye-bye.
Bye.